Hello, hello, hello. So right now on gold, we can see price have swept this liquidity. If you go to 4 hour, then here look at this candle. 4 hour price took out the liquidity from this high, and this is very different from this one. So I think price should take out this highs and then it should continue to the downside. I think after a week, so if you look at 30 minutes, then price have tapped this order block. But looking at this candle, I think it should continue to downside, but we don't have any entry yet. Let's see if we have any POI or something on lower time frame. So everything here has been mitigated. So I think price should retest from this. Then we can look for a sell side entry from here. This order block. Let's go to, we can extend till here. We can look for sell after confirmation. And target the next low, which is this one in this case. And there is a trend line liquidity over here. So it can sweep this liquidity and then continue, or it can, price have already swept this low, this high, so it can tap and continue. So only thing we need is confirmation for entering at this order block. So let's look at DXY till then. So yesterday we had this sweep of liquidity here. If we look at daily time frame, if we look at daily time frame, price sweep the liquidity and now it's continuing to the upside. So probably we can see upside reaction in DXY. Price mitigated this order block, broke this high. We should see upside reaction, but it can tap this area, which is this one. Let's say if this candle closes bearish, then probably we'll see reversal. But if this breaks, then we can look for sell side or entries on EU. Same thing has happened. Price took out this high and then broke the structure. If you look at higher time frame, you can see a 4-hour order block has been retested. Like price tapped this area and it's continuing. So let's look for sell till then. Right now, price is reacting from this area. So I want price to break this low. Then we can look for sell. Please hit the like button. In 5 minutes, everything has been mitigated. So, see. कुछ नहीं भाई, काम से थोड़ा बाहर गया था, इसलिए एक्टिव नहीं था. Here in internal structure, it's going to the upside. Like price broke the previous low over here, and then price broke this high. So we can look for buy side on internal structure. Price is creating liquidity over here. We can look for buy from this entry. From this area, we can look for buy. It's 1:3. See. This is a refined order block in here. Structure break, new high. We have this liquidity building above the order block. We have this imbalance in the price. So this is around 1:5. So let's wait for price to tap this, then we can look for buy side. How should I know in this trend price will tap? We can't predict, but we can react where price can tap, then we can look for entry. Okay. GJ is continuing to the upside, so maybe we can look for buy side on GJ. If we look at 4 hour, price took out this low, and then it continued bullish, breaking the structure to the upside. So we have this imbalance in the price, but it's consolidating right now. On GJ, I don't think an entry, but it's continuing to upside. We can look for an entry, but right now, because there is so much liquidity over here, so price can take out this lows, then we could see a change of pattern. So right now, there is no entry. We want price to sweep some kind of liquidity, then we can look for entry. So this is from the previous live where I was waiting for buy on this order block, but then price broke this order block. It flipped. So you could have looked for entry over here. But right now, we have this sweep of liquidity. Okay, it's not sweep, but equal lows. It's sweep of liquidity, then price broke the structure. So you could look for buy from this order block and this order block. Entry, stop loss below this low. Target the next high. So this one, let's see what we have to the left side. So you can look for buy on BTC. Like we have this 30-minute order block. Price can tap and it continue. But if this fails, then we have another order block which is below this area. This is around 1:6. So both of them are valid. One is the original block, one is the structure break order block with a lot of liquidity above this structure. How to read the market structure? Look for inducement on higher time frame and trade in that direction. Simple. How to take confirmation entry on which time frame? So there are two types of confirmation entry. First one is look for engulfing, and second one is look for a change of character or CISD. Let's say, for example, if the price retested this, if price breaks the previous candle's high, then it's engulfing. then you can look for entry, or you can wait for price to break the structure. Like in this case, over here is order block, last candle. So either you can look for, in this case, because the candle is huge, then let's go to 1 minute. Okay. Here the candle is huge, like here. So either you can wait for price to look for a change of pattern, or you can wait for price to break this next high here, and then you can look for buy. And for change of pattern, you can enter on this order block instead, of looking for direct entry. The problem with change of pattern is most of the time price will not give us a confirmation. Like it will tap the order block and then it can continue without giving any retest or something. That's why on gold probably I like to look for direct entry rather than looking for confirmation. Like confirmation, but looking at confirmation with a candlestick rather than looking for chop. I wait for entries. I don't use limit entries. So if you look at daily time frame on Ethereum, then price here is bullish break. Price broke the previous structure, created new high. So it's basically an interstructure, but it's still going to the upside. And if you look at 8 hours, then price have retested from this order block, which is over here. There is imbalance above this high, and took out this liquidity. So we have this huge imbalance in the price. We have this order block, but I don't find an entry, so I'll stick to this order block instead on Ethereum for entry. So here we can look for long, like let's look for entry from here. Stop loss below this low, and we can target the next high, which is here. We can look for entry from here, but I don't see any order block which is good, which to sweep the liquidity. Target the next high. 1:5. So this is the entry on Ethereum. Price took out the liquidity, breakout structure. We have this 30-minute order block, 30-minute area. So this order block has been refined on 5 minutes. You can also look for this 30-minute order block, but let's see. So confirmation like engulfing or rejection. Engulfing. For Nifty, I like to do analysis in the live market because you don't know in rejection price can continue tomorrow. But right now, looking at the market, then I think price should continue to the upside. Price have tapped this area and it's continuing, so probably you will see a bullish rally tomorrow. Right now, I can't say anything. 10%. It's 50, 60%. Let's look at another market shell then. Let's say GBUD. Yeah. If we look at weekly, then GBUSD, it's going to downside and probably has if we look at 30 minutes, then it's probably going to the downside. We will look for sell from this area because this is the order block which took out the high and then broke the structure. So this is a 4-hour zone, like 4-hour. This 4-hour candle and the lower time frame order block is aligning. We can look for target around here, which is this one. So it's around 1:6 1:6.7. We can see price have already retested this zone before, like this one, tapped, and it's continuing. If you look at lower time frame, then price is retest and it will continue, and there is no order block where price is retesting from. It's breakout structure, and we could look for sell. We can look for confirmation, then we can look for entry. Same thing on G A G C GBP CAD. Price took out the weekly liquidity from this high, and probably we could see a downside. Price will continue downside. Even if price creates second candle, then probably we could get 2-3 entries to the downside. Let's look at daily time frame. Then we can see here price took out this liquidity from this high, so it's probably continue to downside. And here is the new liquidity sweep. Price have started then another candle which should continue to downside. Here on 1 hour, So this is probably a breakout structure. Price broke the structure with a candle body, and we have this huge wick to the upside. Probably this is the wick, and we have this low. So probably we should get a order block over here in this area, which is this one. So on GU we have two order blocks. GEC we have two order blocks. First is this one. This is the extreme order block. We can look for entry from that also. Like we can look for entry from this extreme order block. But right now let's see from here. Price broke the structure, and we want price to create some kind of liquidity. So the structure should continue downside. Then we can look for entry from this order block, which took out these highs and then broke the structure to the downside. We can target this next imbalance, which is this one, next order block. Here, price have created this trend line liquidity. So again, we can look for buy from here, but right now let's look for sell entry from this order block. Same on GU, price will continue. We can say DXY. I knew that DXY will react and break this side. That's why EU and GU will continue to the downside. Are you looking for order block and market structure for entry? Yes. Yes, yes. Like I have marketing agency. Yes. But I don't use market structure like high res and high lows to map the market structure. I use liquid instead of marking, because if you look at any structure on higher time frame, then market doesn't work like this. Like this is a higher high, this is a higher high, this is a higher high. Price can go from this area till here, and then it can continue or it can react from everywhere. So it doesn't work like that. So right now we have two zones. Here we have this. I have this breaker block and we have this solid block over here. So this will be a better entry here. It can react and continue from this area, but the risk reward is very low. If you look for entry from here, the risk reward is very low. So let's wait for price to tap this entry. The goal is not to get entry. The goal is to get most out of this entry, right? So if you're getting 1:3, then if price does not continue above this side, then probably we are getting only 1:1. The best entry will be where price will not do any time pass. Like here, price will consolidate for a while and then tap the original entry, and then it will continue. Let's wait for price to rise. Wait for this high to break, then we look for entry. Wait for price to break this high, then we look for entry. I think it will continue to upside, so I'm looking for entry after this high. There's order block to the left side in this one. If you're looking for entry, then risk 0.5%. Yes, because there was order block. That's why I entered. Yes. Hit the like button. See if you have any gap to the left side. Yeah. If you look at this 1 minute, there is also a breaker block and order block set up below this low. So price can hit my stop loss and then it can continue. But if in case price sweeps this liquidity, like creates a trend line and sweeps the liquidity, then I'll wait for price to break new structure and I'll look for a re-entry. So this is something I'm looking for only if price hits my stop loss. It will be mitigated. Hello, hello, IT consultant. Okay, let's see BTC. BTC swept the liquidity like it's almost 99% retracement, more than 99, like 102% retracement from this low. It's a very low, small liquid sweep, but after the structure break, we have this mitigation over here. And then after this, we can see price have created this imbalance. Let's go to 30 minutes. You can see over here there is imbalance. There is order block below this low. So it should tap this order block and it should continue. So we have two order blocks over here. This one is on 10 minutes. This is one on also on 10 minutes. So price is creating liquidity. You can look for entry over here. If this fails, then you can look for entry from this order block. Please hit the like button. Price almost tapped our entry. I think it will continue to downside now. Maybe you could see another spike and then we can look for entry. As I said on Euro HD, we could see This order block will not work because there was liquid sweep over this high, so it will continue to downside. Same on GU. You can see a lot of people were trying to buy this order block because it took out the liquidity. A lot of people don't understand that. Let's say if price is coming to downside, and even if price breaks this high, so it's not a breakout structure. This is not a breakout structure. This is only created to sweep this highs. A lot of people will be buying over here, and then it will continue sweeping this liquidity. Higher and higher low for me also. Like I don't look for higher highs and higher lows anymore. Like if I do analysis, I just look for liquid sweep. I think gold is gonna hit my stop loss. I think it's mitigated this area, this imbalance, and it should continue. Let's see. If this breaks, then it's gonna react from this area only. I think so. Sweeping this low. So this will be the new inducement, and it should continue. I hope it doesn't hit my stop loss, but if it hits, then I'll look for buy from this. Now it will sweep the liquidity and it will continue. You entered early, you should wait for price of liquidity. I knew you. Then why should you? Then why are you saying this now? So this is the candle which started to the liquid sweep, taking out this high. So I think if this engulfs, then I look for entry from this high, just like I said before entering on this entry. So right now, this is my second entry. Here we have this order block and breaker block set up to the left side. Let's wait for price to break this high. Please hit the like button. Here price is sweeping this liquidity, price have tapped. This create the second candle. And now we can look for entry after this high. So that's a good area for looking for reversal. So thank you for watching. I'm ending this live here. I think momentum shifted to the downside. It's basically consolidating this high to got this high. So let's say if price continues to the another candle, which is on 50 minutes or 10 minutes. So if you see 50-minute engulfing over here, then I look for entry. From here, the target will be the next high. Stop loss will be the next low, which is this one, this low. If it continues down by tapping this sort of block, then probably I'll not look for any entry. So this is the entry. Price took out this high, we have this inducement. We want another move which breaks this high. Then I look for entry.